You look like that black guy in the old Star Trek, the one who was blind.
Oh,
Yeah, that
Data?
guy's black, dude.
Data or something.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Data.
Yeah.
Data A.
I heard they cast him because he's black.
Oh, probably. Shit, that's why they cast me, Playboy.
They used to have always one guy back in the day.
That was black?
One guy.
Well, the Klingons were always black from the get-go. Like, they only cast black guys.
Black guys as Klingons?
Yeah. No, not this guy. It was the black guy, the blind black guy. Type that. Blind black.
I don't think he was blind. I think it's just that was his thing.
Oh, yeah? I mean, look, blind black guy.
Was he
Star
blind?
Trek. And he's the only result on Google Images.
Never
There's
his
not
eyes.
one
I've
other
never
person.
seen his eyes.
I remember at Family Guy, it's like,
Oh, there they are.
he's just looking at, what was it, KKK people? Like, who made, like, that's all that he's seeing. It's like, get out of here. It's KKK people burning across. Like, who made this for you? That was actually pretty cool.
I would hate to wear that all the time.
Yeah, as if like we thought that's what the future of glasses would be. They're like, they wrap around your whole peripheral, man.
I wonder if he can see through those. Like on set.
On set. Yeah. I'm sure he could.
You think?
Yeah. Because then
they
he's
don't look
just-
see-throughable.
No, they are. They have that pattern in the front.
I can't
so
tell
you
if they're cool glasses or if he's just a black guy and they look cool because he's black.
They're not cool at all.
He makes them look cool.
They're
though.
not cool.
Look
at
at
all.
how cool he looks.
They almost sit a little too low. I feel like they should be a little higher, don't they?
Are you telling me like that couldn't convince you to at least try them on in the store if that was the picture?
If Apple Vision Pro dropped them,
Like
this,
that?
that would be crazy. That would change the game.
Yeah.
Because that actually kind of looks like it makes sense, right? Because like peripheral vision. But what about up and down though?
You know, I'm waiting for the
That's that knowledge.
Apple Vision Pro is just like, you know, I want like the eye version where I take my biological eye out and I put Apple eye in.
Oh yeah, fucking Elon's gonna make that shit first.
Would you get
Implant?
one of those dicks? Like would you get if they made it like flesh,
Yeah.
but it had tech in it?
Nah.
The cock
Man,
sock?
by the time
Maybe
I'm
a cock
70, they'll be like not even on the beta anymore.
Yeah.
Your cock's not working because of age, and now they're on version 6 of it. So maybe then I would consider it. Yes.
If at 40,
by then I should have the money. If I don't have the money for a bionic cock by the time I'm 70, then what are we doing here anyways?
bionic cock by the time you're 70 should be like
Standard.
market price lobster.
100%. Oh, no. Market price lobster is still like expensive.
But that's what I
when
mean.
it says
It's like-
MP, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, shit. MP, I'm in the wrong place.
I'm saying maybe you're 40 years old. Would you get like a better tech?
That's 8 years
like
from now.
Like
No,
a
no,
tech
no,
cock.
no, no,
You would get a tech cock?
No, we'd have to stop working, right?
Like
you would
your
just
current
upgrade.
dick.
So let's say your dick is totally fine, 100%, goes strong,
Well,
does what it has to
it's
do.
40. My dick is 40. Let's say it's
In this
40.
scenario.
In this scenario, let's say it's 40.
40, but you squat and you run and you eat healthy.
So yeah, it's probably got a little bit of problem.
And it's not like you're fucking constantly, nor is it that you want to.
But you
based
could.
on
But
your
you could.
act,
But you could.
I don't think you're out there banging like you want to fucking recreate Pluto or whatever.
But with the meaty, fleshy tech dick,
yeah, but it doesn't change the desire part. I think it's just a physical.
like you don't want an app on your phone where you can like pre-warm your dick.
You're like, yo, mama, you want to do that foreplay? Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
Or like levels of hardness. You're just like,
Don't press the button.
it's like too hard.
Yeah. Actually, would there be pain feedback?
Or
would there be no pain?
Hey, no, what do you mean pain? Where's pain coming in?
If you're too hard, there's a discomfort with it.
No, I'm saying like it's maximizes like.
But it would have to go harder than we can achieve now.
I think
Of course. Otherwise, what's the point of the upgrade?
maybe V1,
V1?
but like V3, they've really ironed it out. Hopefully. Like I think
Can I
your
invest
max
right now?
hardness.
Yeah.
I think your max hardness would have ever been like whatever as big as your dick could get.
I love the conference of this. With the V3, max hardness
Yeah, V3.
can now.
It's like Dyson.
And then everyone's like, oh, when they show it, like as Steve Jobs, it's a guy in a black turtleneck.
You see, they
like
just
max
had their
hardness.
conference.
By the way, come closer to your mic. I can
Because-
barely-
they just had their conference, like they had the
Apple?
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
had, like,
yeah,
their
yeah.
Conference.
Oh, yeah. And they want to do. There's a couple things that are pretty sick, which I'm shocked they don't do already. The AirPods, if you call me and I don't want to pick it up, just shake your head. Or nod if you do want to pick it up. How do they not already have that? Yeah, exactly. You're just gonna people already been doing this and shit.
Like
Now they're
that's
gonna
so.
be like-
Those meetings are probably so annoying.
oh, because it's all fanboys. Just,
Well, because the guy probably came up with the like shake, but 10 years ago that was a dumb idea, and now it's a good idea,
and now he's at Samsung.
and he's annoyed.
Pissed. Like I came up with the fucking
Fuck,
shake.
dude. When you guys last time I said it, you guys said it was stupid.
Yeah, well, you signed away, brother. The shake is theirs now.
Well, I'm thinking about like back to the bionic meat cock.
You're like, don't allow me to.
If you
veer
got a
this
foot
conversation.
injury and it repairs, if you could get a better foot,
Wait, are we talking cocks or feet now?
I'm kind of leading into the cock foot.
So a foot that's a cock.
No, it's
Or a
still a
cock that's a
foot.
foot.
I'm just saying that maybe.
Oh shit! Now you might have just made a.
Actually, it would be good if your foot was a cock.
Think of all the people that have a foot fetish. Are they gay now?
Yeah.
No, think about this shit.
Imagine if
Now,
you
don't
could-
forget to carry the one. All right.
You're having sex with a lady, but you could fuck somebody with your toe dick as well.
You can already do that. You just got to make sure your big toe is manicured, your toe nails.
But
are
it's
nice
fully a penis.
Gotcha.
in this
Just
scenario.
literally a shaft.
Yeah,
and a
like
head.
it maybe not
like
as
no
wide.
heel. Pretty much no heel.
My toe kind of looks like what like a porn black guy's dick looks like as wide.
Not the toe.
If you compressed it, like if you folded my toe into a cylinder,
Into a dick.
into a dick shape. you have so much. I wouldn't want to be kicked in the face by your foot.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, you got like
There's like an arch to it that it's Muay Thai feet.
your
is what I
your
call it.
toes look like you trained. But
Yeah,
no,
I
you
did.
don't.
I used to hit trees when I was a kid. It's part of Islam.
Are you a fast runner?
I'm flat-footed, so I am, but for very short periods,
For
and I
flat
have
distance.
tremendous foot pain afterwards. So
Yeah.
it's one of those
Tremendous.
tremendous. I'm trying to say tremendous more.
Are you? Because Trump's getting.
Trump's in, huh?
I feel like it can't not happen.
Even when I was like, I did that one video. Even when I was like, I hashtag Trump 2024, it was like 3 million mentions, and if you type Biden 2024, it's literally 44,000.
Oh, wow.
But then again, the majority of the voters are not hashtagging that. They're out there voting. You know, the people hashtagging that are probably not even going to show up to the ballots.
Is that your
At the-
car out there?
It is. It looks clean, right?
Wow, it looks like.
It looks respectable,
dude,
right?
that looks like it's listed.
Yeah, no, I had it professionally detailed.
Really
Today,
nice.
this whole morning, I was filming a commercial. They came to the house from Montreal
You were filming a commercial.
for Silver Wax. Put up Silver Wax. Like I wasn't. Like I was. The whole thing is, they go to like people's fucking places and
Houses, yeah.
yeah, and then just kind of do this. The whole thing is made in Canada, French owned. Everything is Quebec made.
You know, Quebec is kind of like our Texas.
No, I think that's Alberta for sure. Without a
No,
doubt,
I
it's
mean like
Alberta.
that. Like they still make shit that's like from there.
Yeah, Quebec is
Like
is
in Quebec,
independent.
canned water is just happening. So like
What do you
pretty
mean
much
just happening. Like
Like-
we have canned water here. We don't have canned water.
no, like in the States, it's a big thing. Is like the canned
Oh,
premium
liquid
water.
death.
Liquid death.
Ah,
so
yeah.
basically, if you live in Quebec, you could just look at what the fuck's going on in another place and then just do it there because it's popular. Like,
And it's like
but they're not doing it.
it's a whole different law. It's
Yeah,
not just
yeah,
Canada law. It's French law. Like no one in Texas is gonna find out that some Quebecers are doing it in French. Up there.
Absolutely
No,
not.
It's off the map. You might as well be doing
I
it.
feel like
in
on my
Mars.
nose here, I'm getting a pimple. It's coming.
Yeah, you can usually feel it a couple days, and then when you feel it and give it that oil from your finger, then it's almost like a what's it called?
Amplification.
Not just it's a.
Accelerator.
You guys are just using different words.
Synonyms for amplify.
It's a booster.
It's a prophecy. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy
Okay.
where you feel it coming. Nothing is really there yet.
Yeah.
And you keep feeling, and then you inject the oil and actually create it.
Almost
Nothing
as
was
though
it
you're.
was an itch.
It's
originally.
almost like your hand becomes like a magnet, an oil magnet.
Yeah, it's as if somehow this procreates and does something DNA-wise. Like the making of pimples makes a bee born. or
Pimples
something.
have an odd balance, you know, like you don't want them, but they're like fun, kind of.
No, not. They're not fun.
You don't have fun with it?
A pimple that is ready to pop soon is fun.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Pimples? are
No,
not
yeah,
fun.
you don't want like bad acne. or
Nah,
something.
dude.
Yeah.
That shit will fuck you up, bro. Making fun of that. I used to do a bit where it would make fun of where it did a joke about like bad skin, and everyone pulled back, and it wasn't against anybody. It was like everyone feels that to the core.
Yeah, you can't.
You know what I mean? If you make fun of anyone, even if we don't like them, unless we really don't like them, right? You know, if it was like Epstein had acne, we'd be like, get your fucking acne ass off these fucking children or whatever. But
They
like,
never do the Epsteins. They always have great skin.
of course, they have money. They have that fucking
And
Illuminati
they get
skin.
They get the treatments from the kids.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fucking kids is the only way to have a fair complexion.
If you found out that kids like consuming them kept you alive,
In what sense
like
consuming?
eating
Eating them,
ate
like with a
them, I
spoon?
guess.
Yeah.
You lived longer. God, that would be bad for everybody, eh?
Dude, when I was in high school, there was like some next shit in Africa where it's like they said there was some thing going around that if you fuck a infant, you'll get rid of your AIDS. And some guy like banged an infant, which I don't even understand, like literally like an infant,
Like, you know,
and like was put to death or whatever, obviously, but like
you know how
How does that
they
even
like
happen?
they'll like soundbite something.
yeah,
We probably just gave like the worst.
soundbite possible.
Yeah, because they could
If
take
you
all
fuck
that.
it, here's
yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing
Yeah.
people aren't talking about when you do. Don't fuck an infant. But if you do, this is the other side. Well, let's say this. You got AIDS. There's an infant. What, you're not going to fuck the infant to get rid of your AIDS?
I want to know.
What, am I stupid?
I want to understand why in ancient Egypt and in all those old times they're just like, this is the way.
Of like, they never banged infants.
They must have done.
You're talking about like the fucking
Craziness.
Romans and the Greeks.
Yeah.
But they were banging each other. And they would have like a 12-year-old helper boy around the art
yeah.
studio.
How
that
did
they
it
would,
get
I don't know how
so-
it worked. They would
how did it
blow
get
him,
so
he would blow
far?
them.
Yeah, they had a.
don't know.
It was like a specific kind of relationship where it's like.
Semi-sexual.
Yeah, but it's like to show you're committed to your disciple.
Get on
or
your
whatever.
knees if you want to learn art.
Yeah,
What?
or science.
Somebody must have just been so like the genetics of somebody who hated gayness must have just persevered through history.
Repeat? Like, I don't understand.
Like somebody must have not liked gayness, and their genetics
oh, to get it to where we are now.
Yeah,
like
must have
it
just
was freer before. Is what you're saying.
persevere. Yeah, in the background they're like,
I think
I'll get
Christianity.
you fucking one day.
Christianity,
Christian, but don't
religion,
all the
very
religions?
Judaism. I don't know what they say. Islam definitely says don't be gay.
Yeah.
Don't fuck your boys. Islam, they say
Yeah,
that. It's
don't
in the
fuck
book.
your boys,
It's in the book.
yeah.
Old Testament, it's in there as well. That thou shall not lie with thy neighbor's wife, or especially thy neighbor himself. I think that's in there as well. But I think organized religion is really the thing that was like, all right, we're gonna stop doing this because it doesn't make babies, and we need to make babies.
Yeah, the baby part. Yeah.
I guess is what it is.
Well, you never have like a super powerful religious head who's openly gay.
No. Apparently, there's an imam in Australia who's gay, which I don't understand how that
What's
works.
an imam?
He's like a priest
Priest.
for Islam.
It sounds like an electronic mother.
Yeah, an imam. An imam.
Imam.
I sent an imam to my mom, being gay throughout history.
Like if the
1124.
Pope, if the Pope was like drag queen gay,
Yeah.
problem solved.
What do you think? The popes are more and more liberal every year.
Well, people are having less babies, right?
Yeah, this new pope is like, hey, fuck who you want to fuck, man. Just when that fucking that collection plate comes around, drop some cash in there, playboy.
There's also like never an aggressive gay agenda. Like you could say sure like that LGBT and
I was gonna
trans.
say, have you seen the Pride Parade? That's
but like that's like a party where everyone's like, come see my dick, versus like there's never like a murderer who's like, yeah, be gay.
Wasn't
it?
Yeah, what's his name?
Half of the serial Dahmer was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dahmer
but-
was out there eating
but they-
booty holes first. Apparently, sometimes he wouldn't even touch the other part of the body.
See, but they don't feel gay because
like,
it's
it's
like,
just like
they
big here.
want to fuck. It feels like a byproduct kind of
insanity?
You know, they're like, yeah.
No. I think it's the opposite, where it's like they're gay, especially with
making them nuts.
yeah, you just can't be gay. So now you are trying to hook up with all these guys, but you can't have the word go out. So now you got to murder them.
Yeah.
And now a couple of white guys are disappearing, and people are really asking questions. And then he completely shifted to just gay minorities, and then ran that course. Look, type in Dahmer's victims. Look at their faces, and there is a very clear pattern here. where he went with white, and there was way too many problems, and then
He's like,
went to.
I'll figure this out.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a couple months with this.
Must be a conundrum when like you're willing to murder and then you feel like you have to. You're like,
Look,
fuck, I gotta.
It was
kill
really
somebody.
just Hicks and Braidhoft.
So there's some
they're
chicks in
still
there.
looking
There's some-
for Hicks and Braidhoft,
There's
by
some
the way.
chicks in there, you know.
Are there?
Couple, I think. Right?
Where?
Am I seeing that at the bottom right there?
No, that's just the hair of the
Wow.
70s.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are all boys.
Nothing but nuts and booty holes, bro.
It's no good.
Lacey got killed. Lindsay got killed. Sin Hassamoff. Wow, man. Motherfucker killed everybody.
Yeah, he killed a few people.
And we idolize them too. I
Well,
saw
there's-
there was like serial killer was murdered in prison. BC serial killer.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
that guy,
below.
he got like stabbed in the head.
Yeah, and they keep
With
saying it like we should be empathetic.
Picton or something, his name.
Yeah, they're like, this serial killer was aggressively attacked while incarcerated. Yeah, okay. Just like what's his name?
Somebody freaking
George
speared him in
Floyd's
the head.
killer. That guy got fucked up too.
Yeah, is
Chauvin?
he dead?
No, I don't think he living a good life, brother.
Well, there's this talk show that was like back in the maybe 90s where a guy came out with his friend or whatever, and I think he confessed that he was like catfishing him as a man and like wanted to be gay with him, and then that person ended up killing that person in real life.
And now they're on a show?
No,
Oh.
like after that show, that man ended up killing the guy who set him up, and like he felt all embarrassed on the show, and then it was like really called into question these like reality shows.
God damn. Like they were there together and then the one guy just killed him.
You know how back in the day they would have like, and we're gonna bring out this
The real
guy.
father.
Yeah. It was like one of those scenarios, but he's sitting with them and he's like, hey, if this special friend was like somebody that you knew, would you be more interested in them? And then
Yeah.
he's like, what? And he's
He's like, what's happening right now?
and then he's like, yeah, it's me. I want to be with you. And he's like, oh no.
He's like, we'll circle back.
And
He's like,
then-
we're on live air.
murder.
We're on television. He killed him.
Not on air, but
But now he's in prison, or he offed himself?
I think he offed himself.
That's the move.
That back
That's
in the
cleaning. You know what I like
That's
about
the
that?
move. That's the
It almost is respectful to the police investigation process. You know, it's like trying to keep their, like there's the in and out files that they always show in
perfectly
corporate.
balanced.
Trying to keep the in minimal, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey, we know the murder. And the victim's right here, dead too. Like, yeah.
I think the only thing that kills
Yeah,
the,
love. They
the
just show up and
detectives,
love.
The detectives are just obsessed with like,
Who? But who? They're like,
I never got to ask him why.
I know. No, it's over, bro. What do you mean? It was on. Didn't you watch that episode? He's gay with him, and he was embarrassed, and he killed him.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes, but it's connected to McGarnacle. No, it's not. No, there's the one guy that thinks it's all connected.
There's a thing on Netflix like How to Rob a Bank. This guy just robbed banks randomly, just like was good at it.
Yeah,
Called him Hollywood.
they called him
Like,
Hollywood.
that was his name, Hollywood the bank robber. It was him and like a couple other guys, but he was really, really effective. And then he just ended up killing himself, like when they found him and like were in this standoff.
Yeah.
And that was all the guy kept saying. He's like, I never got to ask him why. Why did he do this?
Oh, the investigator.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean to get rich?
Got rich.
And he
He
didn't want to
stole a
avoid
bunch
prison.
of money. Yeah, didn't want to go to prison.
And did it many times.
He did like 11 times.
Damn.
Stole like $2.5 million.
Collectively over the 11.
Yeah.
Brother should went for some bigger hits, man. Damn.
But
I don't
the
want to
bigger-
die
Well, I
for
mean,
$2
back
million.
then, think
Oh,
about
this
it.
is a long time ago.
Yeah, back like I think it's like 70s. You're just going into
Oh,
a bank
okay.
with a
Oh,
gun.
no, that's good.
And the bigger hits have more security.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
But
maybe
still,
easy
this
to
is a movie, right? Where guy goes, we got to stop doing these small plays. We do one last job.
Yeah, one last.
And
big
that's the
job.
one where they all die, right? It's always the one last job where
Yeah.
one guy betrays the one guy, the main guy dies. There's so much death in the one last job scenario.
So much death.
There's always so much death when it's like we're doing one last job. You know,
What
not
movie
everyone-
are you referencing?
All of them.
Like, hit me with one.
The final Italian job thing they do.
Well, in the Italian Job, only 2 people die.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
they,
enough.
they kill
Edward Norton.
No, they don't kill him. John
he live? I
Voight?
forget.
Not John Voight. Somebody else. They kill like the dad of the group. He shoots him.
Yeah, the old man always has to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's another heist movie?
Fast
Inside
and
Man.
Furious.
Fast and Furious, I guess, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
She dies like on the
Jesse
airplane.
dies.
Wait, who dies?
Did his girlfriend, Dom's girlfriend?
No, she don't
dies
die.
But
and then
she
comes
doesn't
back.
die, though.
But she comes back. But I'm saying, like, that was the last job that they're supposed to do.
Bro, you got to bring that mic closer.
My bad.
Once
Yeah.
movies started doing that, when they were
Movies
like,
so
you know
weird.
what, you can just come back. That was when we were like, whatever.
We're out. Yeah.
Whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do, I guess.
Did you ever watch Bleach, Dante?
I started like the first episode.
They did that in Bleach. It's an anime, like a sword and Shinigami, like
soul
angel
type
death.
thing.
It's a great anime, but when they're like, the main villain's name is Aizen. Go to YouTube, type that in. Aizen. Amazing voice work. Aizen, type in Aizen. Yeah. Aizen Bleach, just the coldest line. So go to that first one.
This one?
Yeah.
Your defensive skills have improved a great
Oh, no, this is a fucking dub. Get out of this.
Abarari.
But anyways, this was supposed to be the main bad guy. And when they finally defeated him, they're like, the guy had to give up his powers to defeat him. And then some guy the next episode goes, I know how to get your powers back. He's like, okay. I was like, it's been 5 years I was watching
To
it.
build
I'm
up
like, it's
to
done.
that moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
it's done. Yeah, like, go to that first video. Just,
It's like the writers regret building to this point to take it away, so they're like, we'll
Like,
give it all back to you.
we have to. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay, get out of this. This is some fake shit.
This is some fake shit.
Yeah, like that one right there.
Madmax, I said last time I saw it. It was a good movie, but it's making like no money, so it's being pulled out of the theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
And it looks like it was a huge budget.
I think it's pretty big, yeah, but like I think it's under $100 million, domestic and international combined.
But how long has it been out?
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Damn, so it's like done.
Yeah.
Man.
Bad Boys made money somehow.
Bad Boys make because I've never seen more aggressive marketing in a movie than this new Bad Boys. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have been. It doesn't matter what platform I go to, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the fuck I'm on. There's a commercial for it. They're doing a collaboration with an influencer. Everything. They're on the cooking show.
Yeah, but did you see Martin Lawrence? He seemed kind of like
Yeah, my buddy
sickly.
was telling me he's like out of it a little bit. But yo, did you close that Eisen one?
Mad
You never
Max, I didn't feel had as much promotion.
No, I just saw its
It
trailers.
was like
only.
1 day trailer, and then
Yeah.
that was it.
Put the volume up.
What a simpler time.
Wait, you gotta hear his voice. Volume up more.
からは
Karua.
全てを支配ほど遠い駒村潔フォローの力のおかげで喉が
Yeah,
裂
this
け
guy's got a 6'9" tattoo.
No, it has nothing to do with Takashi.
ただ己を捨てた復讐など
Wait. Where's actually fucking Eisen? Scroll
失っ
forward.
た友に対して
Go to where all the
I gotta say,
traffic is.
this, we are so bad at this on the
I
podcast.
know, I know, dude. I was just right here.
Like random podcasts, and then you get indiscriminate Japanese anime battle
about the boys.
血
scene
迷ったか
How's this stealth mode
隠
going?
密軌道
with no context.
ただの死神でさえ
Okay, get out of this, man. I was just waiting for him to say incantation. Actually, yeah, type that in Eisen, and then instead of bleach, type
Here we
in
go again. Here we go
ENC.
again. Let's try this search shit
Incantation.
again, baby.
Yeah, there's one
Eisen incantation.
where he just says
For all you Eisen fans out
Go
there.
down.
Which
Go
one?
down. Okay, that one right there.
This
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
So he's the
This guy's
mole
fighting.
rat
This,
kind
no,
of guy?
he's the guy with the glasses. He's the villain.
波動の救助
Hadonoki.
Just fucked him up.
He just put him in a box.
He put him in a box and then he walks away, and it's like certain death for this guy.
That's it? Just boxed him up.
Man, when you watch 86 episodes up until that moment, you're like the box. It's all about the build-up, you know. If I showed you Super Saiyan transformation, you're like, yeah, his hair goes yellow. But when it's 200 episodes up until that moment, it's fucking.
Well,
feels
when
incredible.
I was a kid, I
Super
felt
Saiyan.
ripped off when he went to 3. 3 was like the worst because it took him so long
It's
in the
3
moment
episodes. 3
to
episodes.
just fucking do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was sick.
He's
What
like,
do you
now
mean?
my hair
His-
is long
his,
as
his
fuck.
hair is super long.
But I
He
mean,
looks
he's like
super
literally
mad, like he's like,
yelling for 3 episodes
yeah.
And he didn't.
It's the
didn't
build
really,
up.
He didn't really do it to fight. He did it to show.
to show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like fucked around and showed how strong
Like
he was,
just
but never
attack
really
him
used
in
it.
the yelling.
Face.
Yeah.
No, it's dishonorable.
It's very Shogun of all of that has the pretense
Yeah, there's
of
got to be a Japanese
culture.
through line of
It has to be.
honorability.
It's like, don't attack him now. You must hit him only at his full power. No, you idiot.
It's actually so funny how fast that shit goes out the window. Like when I played that game Ghost of Tsushima, it's like, no, you have to fight these guys straight up. It's like, Dad, there's 50 of them and there's one of me. I gotta fucking sneak attack and kill a few guys.
You know how disgraceful it is to walk behind your enemy and slash. There's 80 of them.
I want to live.
Die with honor. No, they were really about dying with honor back then.
I think they were just about dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dying with honor.
But I
That's
think
the
it was
best
the
kind of dying.
honor was just the mask for the death.
Yeah, they wanted to die. Did you watch all of Shogun?
Not all of it. No.
Oh, the bitch there she's begging to die.
Yeah, but
Like,
she
please let me die.
The bitch
that was
there.
for the whole season. She wanted to die, but for like 14 years, that was like her whole story.
Yeah,
She's like,
mental
she
health
wanted
was
to-
real back then.
Yeah,
too.
she wanted to die. Then she found God, and then she's like, "You can't die yet."
Finding God is always interesting when somebody finds it.
Yeah, usually it's in a prison though.
Usually.
Usually it's in your lowest moments.
It's pretty easy to keep God away when you have like fun stuff in your life.
Yeah, 100%. It's God finds you in rehab, in prison,
Yeah,
in
why?
court,
Why is that, God?
when you're trapped in a cave, or you know what's that movie with James Franco where you're like in a hole?
127 hours.
Yeah, that's where God finds you.
God
when
was
you're in
the
a
rock.
hole.
God's kind of a dick. I mean, if I believed in God and I was like, He watches everything we do, blah, 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 I'd be like, He watches all this shit?
You don't believe it? God's our biggest subscriber.
Yeah.
He's been on the Patreon since day one. God@gmail.com.
Just weird how some...
Yo, who has that email?
God
by the way?
at gmail.com?
God@gmail.com.
Good question.
Damn.
Did he maybe?
Did he?
Who has God@gmail.com?
Let's chat GPT it.
I am God.
Oh, I chat GPT what the application for the visa is.
Yeah.
Just told me all the things you need. I have none of them.
Well,
Oh, thanks.
you.
Thanks for that bold magazine thing, by the way. They reached out to me.
Yeah, well, check it out.
I'm checking.
I think it's kind of a scam
Oh, okay.
because Lucy put me on it and whatever. But did you read everything that he said? For you, it's not a scam, and for Edward, I put him to.
It was
it's
just
not a
like
scam.
questions. You just answered like...
You literally write the whole thing,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they post it for SEO.
yeah.
To have you on SEO for them. That's the whole thing for them.
Well,
But
I mean...
as long as
I'll
you
take
have
it.
exactly. So I'm saying as long as you have an extra thing to print, make it wordy so it's mad pages, then you have another fucking thing.
Then you got another fucking thing.
This is just part of the application process.
Well, I heard that you also gotta fight a guy in America. It's part of it. You pay to fight a guy.
Well, we're about to find out, brother. I'm about to dip back into Seattle. Bro, I'm tired as shit, man. I should not have done this the way I'm doing this.
How many times
I'm so tired.
did you share the time? I remember when I was like, "Oh, your flight is at this time. You're probably gonna be tight for the show."
Yeah, you're right. Well, we learned from that.
Were you late? What happened?
He was
Oh,
late.
dude,
he
it
was
was crazy.
pretty much late. He's almost always.
Yeah, we did say that.
Yeah. It was like it felt immediately obvious to us.
Yes.
Soon as he said his flight time, I was like, "Oh, you're late."
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I'm
the
not
show's at
late.
8 and you're
It's
landing
just
at 7?
There was
What?
a series of delays that I've never seen before. But you know what? I learned from it. I was late.
Okay.
I should have gone the earlier one, and I learned from that. And I've already actioned it for the future.
I think what you mean to say is that it occurred.
I pushed it.
and you have memory of it. Learned from is a very specific word.
Yeah. Well, I booked new flights. So now I'm like, hey, I'm not going to fly on the day up. I'm going to fly the night before. I'm going to arrive there the night before. So if there's a delay, that puts me in there the morning of.
Gotcha.
Right? So I learned.
You learned.
I don't know why you're not giving it to me still. You learned. Like, what? Just fucking say I learned, bro. Fucking move on. But this flight was supposed to land at 5 o'clock. It's an 8 o'clock show. The flight gets delayed because it started raining like crazy. And then we were just waiting there to fly. And then they're like, we're going to go back to the gate because we need more gas. It's a gas and go. We need more gas. They kept saying it's a gas and go. Like, we know it. It's a gas and go. And then this part broke my heart, bro. It's like 6 o'clock now. It's an 8 o'clock show. It's an hour 15 flight to New York. We're still in Detroit. They're like, all right, guys, we're going to open the door. All right. You can leave the plane, but we're going. This is just a gas and go, people. This is just a gas and go. So we're going quick. If you're not back, we will leave. And by the way, Spirit Airlines is the only airline I've ever been to that the flights are so cheap, people just don't show up. They're like, 24B, can you speak to us? They come. Is the person here? She's like, oh, that's my mom. She's not coming. She's like, oh, okay. We just want to make sure we're not leaving. Yeah, she's not coming. It's like, okay, you can call customer. No, she's not going to do that. She took the L on the $18 for this flight.
How much is Spirit?
That flight was literally $20-$30.
No
Detroit
kidding.
to New York.
Wow.
Swear to God. Kept getting delayed. Finally, now when the doors are open, half the people left to go step out, take a shit, get some food before we gas and go and dip. They go, is there a medic on the plane? Is there a medic on the plane? Someone has a seizure in the motherfucking back during this shit. And by the way, half the plane was Indian. Literally half the plane was Indian, right? And when they said, first they said there's a doctor. Is there a doctor? And then there was a moment where we're all like, we're on a Spirit flight, right?
We're all doctors.
Yeah. Of course, we're all then it's like, is there a medic? She kept going down. Is there a medic? Has anyone here ever seen Grey's Anatomy? Has anyone here seen the 3rd season of House? Please. Literally, someone's having a seizure in the back. No Indians were doctors. Not one. No one doctor. No one nurse went. Nothing.
Underachieving flight.
What made me realize there's two types of Indians: Indian doctors and Indians who fly Spirit. Two different Indians. I think I've learned that.
All right.
Finally, we fucking take off. Now we're literally just, there's a long line of planes. They're like, we're control tower. We're just waiting for an entry point. We're waiting for a window to take off. Finally, we literally take off at 6:45. We land at 8:05 p.m. Right before we take off, I hit up the guy that the Farzan's comedian was gonna host. I'm like, yo, please. He was just gonna do a spot. I'm like, host, please kick it off for 8:15. Hold it out. 8:05 I land. I call him. I'm like, kick the show off in 15 minutes. Any comic that comes to Williamsburg, let him go up. Give him just give everybody time. And dude, I ran out of there, took the first cab I saw. We booked it over there, 30-minute drive. Got there just about 8:50. James Thompson, Florida James, was on stage. He barked. And right when he got off, I got on and did my fucking time. It was a great show. We had about half the room filled out, about 25-ish people. It was great, man. I was just so much adrenaline by the time I got there. I had to relax a little bit. I had a tequila shot, which I never do. Yeah, it was nice. I just got to the bar. I'm like, give me a tequila shot and a glass of water. Gah! Set the camera up, click record. So in the future, I'm not gonna be
That story was
flying
painful.
5 p.m.
It's a painful
to
story.
Why?
It was long. There wasn't really much exciting.
This guy, this thing you're doing, it's not what you think it is in your head. All right. What? This fucking being a dick type thing.
Trying to make the podcast funny, for God's sakes.
I'm telling you, asked what happened, dog.
I watched these episodes. I'm like, God.
You watched the whole episode back?
Why? Because we try to edit when the Opus clips. I'm like, these suck. I
What's
hate
Opus?
These clips.
Opus is the AI clip generator.
the AI
Oh,
clip
gotcha.
I'm like, yeah, the story was so horrible. It's so self-inflicted.
Yeah,
And you do
I
it,
learned.
and you do it every time.
I don't do it every time. I've never arrived that aggressively close to a show, and I learned from it.
I think you have probably 10 of these stories.
Coming up.
No, just
Yeah, well, I hadn't
Across
learned
the
from him
board.
before. Did I say I learned from him? Do you get a soundbite saying I learned and I've
I
actually?
think you have.
I
in
know.
the past.
Trust me, I didn't.
I've
This
said.
time I learned. I know when I learned, and I learned
One
this
time you said, "Now I've learned to give myself enough time for coffee." So
no, a meal.
Okay. So
A
you
meal.
have in the past,
And I was eating a
tried to
meal,
learn.
and I was there on time eating a meal before. I was just thinking, damn, I'm pushing it here a little bit. I'm having this meal at 4:00. The show's at 8, but I'm there on time. See, I'm learning slowly but surely. I'm gonna figure this whole thing out.
Well, in America, you'll be incentivized to
America.
do more craziness because I think it's easier.
It's all domestic flights.
Yeah,
but
so-
we're all domestic here when we did the Canada
Like
runs.
Canada doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, I guess.
Like we have a hard time getting you to Calgary. We're like, that'll be $1,000.
Oh, right.
What?
Like what?
Yeah.
That'll be $1,000.
Well, Lynx was like, it's 100, and then next thing they're like, you're dead. It's like, okay, I guess it's 1,000.
I don't really care about the idea of a budget airline. I just want a good flight for not a lot.
Yeah.
Give me like a bag. Give me what Air Canada gives me without the price.
There should be no scenario where it's like, this is the price for bringing nothing on the plane with you. It's like we have overhead compartments. They're just going to be empty. They're built. They're there. You're not seating anybody up there. You're not. This isn't usable space if I don't bring my bag, right? Sure, if people don't bring their bags, you save a little weight on fuel. But I think as far as the plane's concerned, it's barely anything. Like a plane with no luggage on overhead, like carry-on luggage versus fully with luggage. How much difference can it make in fuel? I don't think that much.
Is it possible to have a plane that's too heavy?
Yeah. What? Of course.
But how?
You have every seat that has 120 people that are 120 seat or pounds.
Pounds?
They're 280 pounds in every seat.
Like that's what it is up in the air.
They're 280 pounds. So now your payload, like what the people are in there, is 3 times what it should be.
Because of up in the air?
No, just because they're heavy here. They weigh what they weigh up there. You know what I mean?
He's just saying you have heavier passengers.
If you have a whole plane full of fat people,
Fat.
there might be an actual problem.
Yeah.
Like they may have to fuel accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how it works.
But
if they
it'll
can get
take
away.
off.
I don't even know. Type that in.
Type in the generic search. It'll
Can a plane
fucking get us nowhere here.
Can a plane relax, dog? This guy's like, we gotta come up with. These is what podcasts are. You're talking. You're having conversations. I don't listen to podcasts. They'd be like, yeah, and then the guy was
You
like,
can tell.
and then he was like, Bam!
You can tell.
What am I
Conver-
searching?
A through line in a conversation. Can a plane be too heavy to take off? A commercial plane.
No, I just think the idea of
Can a commercial plane be too heavy to take off? Yes. Every aircraft has a blah, 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 and the aircraft cannot carry more weight. It's too heavy to take off. Yeah. Quora. Let's see what people answer on Quora. I won't address a private plane. With this, for airlines, the dispatcher monitors this expected runways and weather due. Yeah, it's a long ass answer, but the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Don't get too fat, people out there, and it is what it is.
Good luck.
You said you looked up if an airline is too heavy for take due to conditions. Fuck it, man. I've got so many planes coming up. I don't want to talk planes, bro. You said you actually looked up what Trump is planning.
yeah, I think he pulled it up.
I didn't even know that was a thing you say in advance. Like,
Well, he plans stuff.
shockingly. Go down. Wait, a mass deportation operation, a new Muslim ban, tariffs on all imported goods, and freedom cities built on federal land. Much of the 2024 presidential campaign has been dominated by the myriad investigations to form this and the subsequent charges against him. But with it less than a year of that, but his ideas, even issues he focuses on most, are wildly different from Biden. Yeah, red and blue. Is there just like a straight up list?
What is that?
I think it's like a recess. Is there like a straight up list? Dismantling the deep state. Trump would try to strip tens of thousands of career employees of their civil service protections. That way, they could be fired as he seeks to totally obliterate the deep state. What the fuck is the deep state?
I think he just means that people that have been in politics forever.
Oh, he means politics specifically here? Of
Or like
career
politics,
employees
yeah.
for their civil service. Gotcha. So it's like people at DMV, people at everything.
For
huh?
30 years. And they don't do anything.
Which is like it's a waste of resources, I think, to like go after. Who cares about those people?
Transgender rights. I love it. That's a fucking straight up.
Header.
There's like 8 things. How's that one of them? Trump says he will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that only 2 genders, as determined at birth, are recognized by the United States. That's not going to happen. As part of his crackdown on gender-affirming care, he will declare that hospitals and healthcare providers that offer transitional hormones or surgery no longer meet federal health and safety standards and will be blocked from receiving federal funds, including Medicaid. Oh, that's not going to happen. But then again, Texas set back like they outlawed abortion again, right? So it's like anything could really happen. Trump's goal, he says, is for the U.S. to have the lowest cost energy and electricity of any nation in the world, including China. Under the mantra, drill, baby, drill, he says he would ramp up oil drilling on public lands and offer tax breaks to oil, gas, and coal producers. He's just keeping the boys paid, you know? All those 80, 70-year-old white guys that are in the money with him that he grew up with, He's like, let's get us all paid till we all die.
It's just weird that you can do that. Like, the only reason he wants to do one or two genders is because he's like, Christian people care about him a lot.
No, I think it's just he's like, this is what the conservatives want, all this stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
It's weird that you could just take a fully like blanket package approach to like, it can't be like this. Some of the stuff is a little liberal, some of the stuff is a little conservative. We just think it's the best package. They're like, no, gays, no, transgender, no, Muslims, no, fucking solar energy, fuck off, drill oil. You're like, whoa, okay.
The Muslim thing seems random.
It is kind of strange because it's based on your country of birth. It's not based on the passport you hold, which is how everybody else operates. But, dude, I just want to avoid that shit completely. It's so it feels so weird.
Will you get deported?
I don't think I would get deported. I'd be there legally because as far as the U.S. is concerned, with me applying, they don't ask you at any point, what's your religion? That's not in any of my paperwork.
But it says you're born in the Sudan.
Yes.
That's where
Correct.
you might
So that's, I think it's like they can't come in and they can't leave. That's what it is. That's what it was last time. I don't really see, how many Muslims are there in the States? There's got to be over 1 million. Like, that's not going to happen. How many?
Well, it's gotta be more
Muslims
than that.
in the United States? What do you think? What's your guess?
At least 10 million.
Press enter. Have 5 million.
4.5.
Yeah, so like,
This is in 2017.
okay, so let's say it's like, let's say it's 6 now, right? What happens now? Like, yeah, they're not getting deported. That's not how this thing is going to go down. It's just mass deportation like that. The system couldn't take it. It would be like billions lost in taxes in the economy immediately. It'd be a retarded move. But it would be like, if you want to come to the States and you're in these countries, you're fucked.
Muslims are the most tolerant religious groups in America.
Of all religious groups in America.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what any of this shit means, dog.
Most tolerant.
Most tolerant, like they're cool with everybody else?
I don't know. What was that website even? Neighborly Faith? What is that?
Oh, that was sponsored.
That's our search quality right there.
What are you going to do?
Neighborly
What are you
Faith.
saying, dog? You checking out?
Checking out.
Yeah, you're like, that's our search quality.
That's our
It feels
searches.
like that Vicodin is hitting you right now.
We're just so bad at searching topics.
Well, I mean, it's what the conversation comes up. This wasn't a plan in advance to find out how many Muslims are getting deported or what the fuck. I just heard about this shit.
No, I know.
Told you I had a gut feeling about Trump, though. I didn't even Google what he was planning, and that's exactly what he's planning.
Yeah, well, the fact that he did it before is...
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, and it was, imagine they're like, hey, if you're born in, I mean, you're born here, but let's say, like, if you're born in Italy, don't leave the country, and you cannot enter the country. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, we don't fuck with your pasta like that. Like, oh. It was so weird. It felt like some old world shit, where it's like, don't leave, don't enter.
I still know it's real because before you'd be like, you don't want Trump in because it'll fuck stuff up, but everybody who wants Trump to be in office is like, he'll save it.
Yeah.
But if you read like books like that book, it's like intelligent people will pick a dictatorship, like they'll elect it. So it's either that's actually what's happening is they're literally going to elect a dictator, or he will fix it. But like, I don't know.
No one can fix it. Everything, it either gets
I don't
a
know
little
what
bit
it
worse.
is.
No. Things in general, for the masses, there's 300 million people. Things either get a little bit better or a little bit worse. Nobody comes and does anything that like dramatically changes people's lives. I think Obamacare helped poor people with whatever. I don't know, but you either go a little bit this way or a little bit this way. There's not going to be this huge thing like Trump actually fixed it.
Yeah.
The gas is 30 cents again and we got healthcare. Everyone got, and jobs are everywhere. Like it's not going to happen in just 4 years.
Yeah.
It's just the idea that he's the guy. And you know what? I think he's going to win. And dictators seem to be fucking popular in other parts of the world. Maybe America.
I'm excited to actually watch the election this time
Yeah.
because I just want to see it happen again.
And what do you think on the Canadian side now that we're on this topic? You know we're getting old because we're always just like, who's winning the election? Before I didn't even know what the fuck was happening.
Canada's just a country for super rich people, and that's
Is our election this year?
think so.
Yeah, right.
There's just no way around it. It's just a country for rich people.
How they tax the rich the hardest?
We have the most taxes. Like we have tax. Everything's taxed. Like everything costs.
That's why doctors all leave Canada and go to the States because $250,000 north of that taxing is like 50%. So they're like, fuck that shit.
But
It drives all the top talent south or out of the country.
Yeah.
sure, but I'm saying like as a country, like if you're rich, it's easy to be here. If you're
But I
not.
mean, that's any country, right?
But it's for the rich. There's not like shit that's easy to access. Like our houses.
No, I think the States is for the rich.
But you can buy a house in Texas
Mm-hmm.
for like a reasonable price. You can't.
Oh, okay. In that sense, sure. But like
Even
that
cars,
housing
like,
thing
it's
is
expensive.
a recent 5-year problem
In
of
Canada?
a nightmare. Yeah.
Well, for
Dude,
Toronto
7
and
years ago-
Vancouver, it was always an issue. But now all
Vancouver,
of Canada
yes.
is yeah.
Yeah, but like this last 5 years, everything just went up. Like in the populous parts of Canada, everything went up exponential.
Yeah.
Where the jobs didn't follow, the money, the hourly rates didn't follow, nothing followed. Just the price went like that, and that's crazy, right? Obviously, in some states you can get a job and stuff like that, but I still don't think that's for the rich. It's just people are gonna have to stomach bigger mortgages. That's what it is. They're
You
just getting more
can't
fucked.
afford it.
Yeah, and then they have to because they
So
need
the
a place.
only people that
They
have
rent.
houses are effectively rich people.
Yeah, or
Well, people that can stomach more debt. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily rich, but they have to group together with people and get a thing, and they have to start doing all these like hustles just to.
But like that's not really what's happening. It's people that are wealthy that are owning the houses. Like the guy that owns this house, probably rich.
Yeah, but he bought it like 20 years ago when it's what.
But that's
would
what I
be
mean.
comparable to
Those
Texas.
people plus just being around, like it's for those families that did well. If you come here and you don't have that, like it's fucking not.
I don't know. When I see like this tax bracket here and like corporate law in America is like the Wild West. You can get away with crazy shit. When here tax is so high and there's so much loopholes, so you can pretty much get out of paying tax entirely. The way I look at it is all the rich people want to go here. The rich people really want to be where they could evade tax completely. That's in my mind. I'm talking about the
Taxes
richest.
don't matter. Like it doesn't matter to everybody the same way like Trump talks about it.
Well, Trump is a mogul. So
Like-
mogul with corporations, they pay nothing essentially.
People live in California.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most taxes.
State tax, yeah, sure. But I'm talking about like income tax. All of the taxes accumulated are crazy here in Canada.
That's what I mean.
And if you're an employee, they're not just as bad, but they're almost as bad in the States. But if you're a corporation, the privileges you have that you can get away with A, B, and C are, dude, they're nuts in the States, man. Like companies will have billions in revenue and will pay zero tax. They'll just feng shui their fucking papers so everything is a loss.
yeah, like isn't like Amazon's like filed in Ireland or something like that. So like
Is it
Yeah,
actually?
you'll
like
always
something
see-
like
you'll
that.
It's
do
always
that,
something
yeah.
like the Cayman Islands or
yeah,
some shit.
so they avoid like paying any taxes, but like you're
My-
saying, they bring in billions of dollars.
My buddy told me there's a way, like people know how to scam shit. There's a way in the States where you could get your life insurance policy paying you a premium back every
Yep.
year
Yeah, there's-
while you're alive.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. It's like a wealth thing. They're like, oh well, if you take a policy out on yourself, and then you get like, say like $2 million out on your own name, and then they pay you out, and then you use that to buy investments and buy assets that bring in more money.
Yeah, it's just like you need like a tree structure to explain it.
Yeah.
And the crazy financial people figured it out.
Yeah, but a lot of the rich families do that too, because they can take out bigger policies on their family members. So they'll take out like a $10 million on their kids. Like each kid, they'll take out like $10 million. And then they'll use that to like buy a house with that kid's money or whatever that they would get from their whatever.
Death.
Yeah, basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then they just buy stuff with it. Like they buy things that are gonna appreciate in value over time. So it's like, okay, you have.
And then
10
what
million?
happens when like you don't ever get the policy? How does that work?
Say that again.
Like the kid doesn't die. Like how does that work? Like,
Well, okay, so say you take the policy out, you buy a house for 10 million as an example, but then in 20 years that house is going to be worth 30 million. So now they have 30 million instead of the 10 million that they would have got from their policy.
oh, gotcha.
And then they just sell
But
the
do
house.
they owe the money back to the policy?
Well, they paid it back. They can pay it back because it's only 10 million what they
No,
took
no,
out.
I get it. Appreciate it. I get
Yeah.
that. But so when they're getting paid, are they borrowing money from the insurance provider? Is that how does that work? Is that how that works?
I have no idea. I just know they take out from their policy.
Hustles, dog. Hustles. Rich people hustles.
You gotta pay your RRSP back if you use it to buy a house. I didn't know that.
You have to pay it back,
Like you have to,
even if you're a first-time homeowner.
yeah.
Really?
But it like whatever your contribution is, that counts towards paying it back.
Yes. Correct.
But and there's like a deferral period, but you have to pay it back to yourself.
Are you accessing yours?
Yeah, to buy the house.
Oh, did you end up coming back about what that document was?
It's like this guy, some guy in the building is trying to fight the tax. So the government decides what the property is worth. If it's in a condo building, it's every unit. So if a guy in a condo building sues and tries to get the taxes lower, every person in the building is implicated in the lawsuit because it's one piece of land.
Yeah.
So and you're a board of owners.
Yeah.
So
So that's what that paper was?
well, the guy, we don't know that for sure. But my mother-in-law, that's what she does. So she was like, "This is what I think it is," because we translated it and read it. She's like, "That's what it is." So the guy was like, "Make an offer, and then I'll confirm what this is." So we did, and then the condition is like, if this is weird, we're just not gonna.
So you're out of it.
We're waiting. We have the offers out. We're just waiting to hear if he's down or not. I think today he tried to lie to us and say that he's like, there's 2 other offers that came in last night. And do you want to change yours? Instead of just saying like,
Counteroffer.
raise your price or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's all very cryptic.
Uh-huh. That's it's a little bit of a red flag, isn't it?
It is and it isn't. It's like sometimes like the guy can just be weird. Like if you're weird and you're
Like you
selling
met this guy before this whole thing started?
No, Deanna talked to him through the broker. He's selling it himself. He's just selling his own house.
Yeah.
But if you're selling your Volkswagen and you're just weird.
Yeah. Oh,
But the car's fine.
Gotcha.
I'm probably still want the car. I just don't want you in my
You're
life.
like, you'll be out of this when it's purchased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just being like shady.
Huh.
Like, oh, just, and then we'll let you know. He just wants it to be as quick as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Because he bought this place like 2 years ago for $330,000.
Oh, he bought it 2 years ago. So this is like a flip job for him.
Yeah. And he's not making that much more. We're only offering like $337,000.
Wow. Why is he?
It's not worth that much more. He tried to list it for like $360,000.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
Yeah. That's the funny thing about real estate. You see all the history, how long it's been on the market,
Everything.
what they tried before.
It's like your DMs are open.
are visible.
Yeah.
It's very humbling. You can't be like, a lot of people want this. Like, no, they don't. Look at the history is right here. You've cut prices $10,000 every month for.
Quebec is pretty good because you, like, they have to tell you offers that somebody's interested. They can't just be like in the wind. They're like, hey, 2 people made an offer, and then they give you details on
They
it.
have to disclose it.
Yeah,
Really?
They can't just lie and be like, here's the deal. But the thing is, you submit. If you're like the broker, you submit the offers on this site. So because this guy is selling the house himself, he could have just submitted it as not like it doesn't have to put the final details, just that I have an offer.
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone's trying to bend the rules a little bit.
In their favor, yeah. Of course. I mean, we do it all the time, too. They'll be, you ever sell a car and it'll be like, have a check engine light, and you'll tell your mechanic, just clear the engine, clear the check engine light, clear that
Clear the
light.
warning.
Yeah. Or like a car that has like problem, you just lubricate the fuck out of that area. So for 2 weeks, it's seemingly fine, and then it wears off, and the problem exposes again. All this type of shit.
The engineering of cars is pretty fascinating.
Cars?
Yeah, they last for so long.
Dude, this car is driving me crazy, bro. I'm just at a point where I'm just like, with the fucking car.
When are you going to break and just get rid of it?
No, the car's going strong. I don't need to get rid of it.
See,
It's
you just did it right there. You just completely backtracked. You're like, this car's driving me crazy. I hate it. You're like,
You know
no,
what it is?
I'm keeping
because stuff keeps popping up, and I don't want to keep taking it to the mechanic. So I take it upon myself to learn how to fix it, get the parts. And then now I'm doing all these things for the first time ever So there's shit's happening. It's stressful. I'm like, it's in the unknown. So that the stress is coming from me trying to like take some ownership with the car and actually learn to handle it myself.
How much
is literally what I
would-
did across. I was like, I got to take it to fix this leak. And then I was like, fuck that. I'll fix the leak myself. That's what I was
How
doing.
much would it cost you to get a new VW?
I don't want a new after this VW, I'm out.
What are you
Really?
getting?
This is the third VW.
Okay.
Yeah,
You've had a
this-
bunch of VWs though.
I had the Jetta, I had the Golf diesel, and now I got this guy. And after this, I'm out.
What do you? So you'd get a BMW next?
I would like to get a BMW, but a diesel BMW would be fucking incredible. But
What are you gonna get next?
bro, I want to have this thing for years. To be honest, it only has 200,000 kilometers.
It doesn't want to be around for years. It feels like.
No. It was in a terrible state when I got it, where it's been sitting for years. So I'm still kind of like getting it. It's solid. Like if I could drive it right now, 30,000 kilometers and nothing would happen. It's just like
31,000?
I did the brakes.
Yeah.
And then if you don't do the brakes properly, air gets in the brake line, and now you press the pedal all the way before you get a little brake juice at the end, because you got to bleed the lines. So now when you came, I was bleeding the line. So now it's better, but still some air in there. So I got to bleed it a little more. And in the same time, the fucking like it's all this type
You're
of bullshit.
just caught in this repair spiral.
And not just that, I have these.
Not just that.
She's pregnant, right? So it's like trying to learn the pregnancy stuff. I got to go to Seattle.
What do you mean learn the pregnancy stuff? Like
buddy.
how you gonna help her?
Buddy, when you'll go through this when your girl gets pregnant, man. It's like prepping for the delivery. It's all this knowledge and blah,
What
blah,
do you
blah.
what do you know so far?
You got to massage the sacrum, this
Okay.
lower area back here.
Like all the time?
No, and just times of contractions. You got to know the length of a contraction and the gap between them. It's all this fucking shit. You got to get a ball. You got to get this peanut thing that left, because you got to let the body thinks it's walking when you're not walking. So you open up the pelvis while you're putting this.
Like by being pregnant, the body thinks it's walking?
No, during delivery, the body wants to you want to keep the pelvis moving. It helps like angle the baby out, because the
Okay.
baby's head got to like turn and hit a certain spot in the pelvis before he can like. It's like a whole thing, bro. It's like we're watching YouTube. The lady's got pelvis bones and a baby, and she's like, "It's gonna turn." I'm like, my girl's like, "Fuck it." I'm on my phone. She's like, "Watch," and I'm like, "Fuck." That, and now I gotta go to Seattle and Chicago, and I'm like, I haven't posted anything to promote it for 5 days because I'm just the car and this and that, and I'm just like, I'm losing it a little bit, you know.
It'd be funny if you like mixed up your car knowledge with the pregnancy knowledge, and you're trying to do like
Yeah, I'm like, oh, when you drop the thing in the sacrum, rub. Oh fuck, what?
Maybe you got to start doing some Auto Trader content and get a little car sponsorship.
Clutch. You ever seen Clutch commercials?
I think so, yeah.
Sell your car or buy a car on Clutch. I made a video for them. I'm waiting for these motherfuckers to approve it.
Wow,
So I
you
can
should
post
have been
it already.
like, can you ask for a car in your next?
Oh,
Buy me a car.
to keep.
as a payment.
I don't think so.
Would you? You should try it.
But no, like these deals are getting to the point where a deal could really help me put be the down payment of the car, and just have a reasonable payment after that. So I
You just boldly ask for a 3 Series Beamer.
be like, hey,
Yeah.
you want me to do this video for you? I'm gonna need 24,000. They're gonna be like, no. I'm like, all right, thank you for thanks for this communication.
I would just ask for like a fucking the vintage
In
Bronco.
a couple of years, 100%, where it's like they might be paying 20-30 grand for this type of shit. So then it's like, yeah, that pays for the car. But that's the key about life, is I learned this back in the engineering days. If you keep upgrading your lifestyle proportional to what you're making, is nothing. You're just trapped in the whole thing. So
That's the
why I
key
want-
to life?
The key
No,
is
I get what you're saying.
right?
though. Yeah, when you make
live
more
modestly,
money, you spend more
regardless of
money.
what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
make.
yeah.
You live. So I don't need to get rid of this car just because
It
bro,
breaks down all the time.
No, it doesn't break down all the time though. When's the last time I was on the thing? The brake job is a $600 job. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna order $150 of parts, do it myself. Took 2 days, and I'm still trying to really do it right. But now I know how to do all the other ones. I'm learning, baby.
Yeah.
Knowledge as well.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just trying to save money by doing it myself. Is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you are not a car guy, so you just want simplicity.
If this was my car, I would have accidentally totaled it somehow.
a long time ago.
Somehow.
Well, I keep telling people I'm expecting. That's what happened in the last 2 cars. I'm still expecting a motherfucker to hit it.
They
I'm
would
like,
have
hit
like
it.
CCT footage of me
I'm stopping at an
rolling out of the
intersection.
car,
Yeah.
and it's going.
Yeah, that's funny because we got to talk movie stuff, but that's hilarious. And now you're just like, oh, you're in a blanket. They came out of nowhere and they hit me.
They hit me,
Like
yeah.
we actually got this footage. You're just
Yeah.
in prison.
Or like I would try to observe in my neighborhood an area that could go either way.
You know what? Growing up, what they say in London, Ontario, some native racism. They go, bro, you want to get rid of your car? You take it to the reserves. You park it. They'll fucking burn it.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
day.
I've literally heard that too. In
Yeah.
the Sioux, you take it to the reserve,
And they burn it.
gone.
As if natives immediately come upon a car and like, yo, do you have gas on you? Do you have a Molotov cocktail?
I think if they go up to it and the keys are in the ignition, they know it's theirs.
It's not even that it's
unwritten
stolen.
rule.
Yeah, right? There's just all these lost cars at the reserves. Huh. Makes you think, doesn't it?
I mean,
I'm gonna keep this car for a minute. I'm gonna take this car to New York with me.
it might not want to go.
Yeah. We'll see about that. I'll take my 3,600 insurance money when it gets totaled. Like, thank you very much. I will go my separate way. It's worth nothing. So it's like,
Your car.
yeah.
What could you sell it for?
Blue Book 08 Golf City, $3,000. I mean, in the state that it's
Blue
in,
Book is
it's
sick.
worth more, but no one's gonna pay
It's a
more.
nice paint blue,
Bro, because it got detailed. Look at how nice that shit. You should see the inside, bro. It'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
They
2008.
fucking did everything. You know where they go in the vent and they clean. It was $350 to clean this thing. That's 20% of what it's worth. How many kilometers is that? $6,000.
Dude, I'm
Wow.
telling you. Get rid of this fucking thing.
The beast.
How many kilometers you got?
I got 205.
Buddy.
Oh.
And you could say
And I fixed the AC.
newly fixed by head
By-
mechanic at a Boston,
Yeah.
a Boss Mechanics.
Yeah, they're like, that's not a thing.
You've been telling yourself this whole time this car's not worth anything.
It's worth $6,000.
This one's 2010 though.
Damn right, and it shows. Look at it.
Yeah, it's
That thing's
posture.
sparkling. Yeah. Ooh. No, I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna keep. Yeah,
Okay, here we
this
go.
is realistically what the car's worth.
yeah, maybe 6 on like a good
Is
day.
it just manual or automatic?
It's manual. Like realistically, $4,000 is what I would get for it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna hold on to it. Fuck it.
Never
Why
bought a
would I
car
sell?
before where I like bought a car that
Just
was
like cash?
one of these,
I've only ever done that. Besides
That'd
that
be nice.
BMW
It'd
at
be
the
nice.
dealership. The dealership is also nice.
Because what happens? You just hand some guy money and then you're like, I guess this is mine now.
Yep.
Literally, you drive away in it.
Yeah.
He rips the transfer portion of his ownership, signs it, gives it to you. You should have a bill of sale. You don't even really need to.
Wait,
Just cash.
what was your first car? You got it straight from the dealership?
No, I was like my dad. We had like a Explorer, and he's just like driving.
It's just
this.
yours now.
Yeah.
Probably drank gas, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Like crazy. That's a big car though. All of my buddies,
Like an
I-
SUV.
I had it like an SUV early. That's the coolest thing. Was it high school? Yeah. Because normally kids get like a Mazda 5 or like a Protege or a Sunfire. But then one kid gets his
Sunfire. They don't
old.
even make those
Sunfires
anymore.
were really popular.
Yeah, that's a high school car, right? Cavalier.
Yeah, same thing. It's the
Yeah,
same
Corolla,
car.
Cavalier, Sunfire, all the
If you had
same.
like a Corolla, that
Civic.
means your parents were super practical. And
Yeah.
like, wanted you to have this car forever.
A Cavalier and Sunfire were bought as your car. Like no family really had a Sunfire. They handed down, and if they did, that's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
really weird
I almost
bodies.
had a hand-me-down Sunfire, but
You had a hand-me-down Sunfire?
almost.
Yeah?
Like, it was that close.
Damn, and at your age, that thing was probably 20 years
It was
old.
destroyed.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want it. I'll walk.
Yeah, if there's a car where they're handing it down to you, it's not because it's in good shape.
No, never. I know people that they're like that.
The hand a car down.
Like they could sell it easily for $40,000 and be like, no. Like they loved working on that car so long, they want to keep it in their midst.
Yeah,
still type of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I got to work on a car a bunch, yeah, she's getting totaled.
Bro, I love working on it though. I mean, right now it's just all this shit's lining up, so I feel fucked. But, but if I'm not touring,
So I feel
and I'm just
fucked.
doing sets,
Yeah.
and there's something wrong with the car, then I'll fucking. When you're touring, you really feel the pressure to drop content. So it's like to fucking do play the game. But we'll drop something tomorrow. I don't know. I'm fucking checked out, dude. I'm checked out.
And now you got to shop for American hotel or apartments.
Yeah. The plan was that this tour would fund money to pay first and last, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. It's going to make a little dent in it, if anything. I thought I'd be ready to go, but that's not the case. We'll see. Anyways, let's land this bitch.
Lander. Homelander.
This comes out. So, Texas,
Frida.
Houston, Austin, San Francisco, Calgary. Check me out. Tickets at abbaswahab.com. End of June and July.
I got nothing. This is it. Tonight, if
What
you
do you mean,
want
your Friday? Take
tonight,
yeah.
if you're coming out to 8 p.m.
Backroom comedy.
Backroom comedy. Good chance it's not sold out tonight. Good chance.
But pull up, though.
It might, though. 55, who knows?
No, forget if even it's sold out. Just come to the show.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
watch a show.
Just come.
Yeah. Anyways, till next time. Hit it. Peace.